Travis Wayne Goodsell with the audio returned. There's only one passage in all of Scripture where lukewarm is used, and Revelation chapter 3, verse 16. But in verse 15 we'll start. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. And then he goes on to talk about the rich, increases his wealth, and doesn't have need of anything, and yet calls him poor, and blind, and naked, and wretched, and miserable. In the church, there are Mormons who just go through the motions. They don't go all in as active, but they don't leave as inactive. They just hang out. And there are many reasons. Depends on the person and their environment and their circumstances and their experience growing up in the family that they grew up in. For me, in a strict Mormon household, I was a strict literal interpreter of scriptures in Mormonism. So when I was given a commandment, studied the scriptures, and in so doing, found out the truth. Church ain't true. Joseph Smith, A-OK. So the Joseph Smith papers are gold. Confirmed a lot of the stuff I already knew from having studied. And then threw in some bombshells to reward me. But Mormons, as I can check to see if you decided to do something after the days of 47, because nobody was wanting to watch yesterday. I mean, seriously, the parade? Come on. All it is the police parading through. Haven't you noticed? Authoritarian governments use their military in parades. Utah uses all their police forces. Oh, we got a few more. Why is that one at 0 still? YouTube. It is at 13. So there was some pickups in the evening, it looks like, but only 25 for days of 47 Danite. Panicked by Truth is 48, so that did very well. So, yeah, Joseph Smith papers are the authoritative source, not the Book of Mormon, not the Doctrine and Covenants, not the Pearl of Great Price. The Joseph Smith papers. The church says so themselves. I put it up there for you. And yet people still are scared. Mormons are scared, literally scared. They want to be lukewarm. They don't want to be cold. They don't want to be hot. They want to stay in the middle, wait for the prophet to tell them what to do, what to think. Well, he's done that. It's the authoritative source. And you're still not doing anything. You claim you're going to wait, and here it is, and you still wait. Yeah, you can go bleep yourselves. All of you guys who think the church is true, you're not even looking. And maybe it's because you're ignorant. You don't know the scriptures because you've just been lukewarm your whole life. You've not studied. You don't know a clue. You did poorly in English grammar and comprehension. So, yeah, you don't want to be further embarrassed. We used to have a president who was illiterate, spoke off the cuff rather than reading what he was supposed to read, and he didn't like what he had to read anyway. Gets angry. I'm not saying that. But it's one thing to act in a sense of being diligent and reading your scriptures, praying, going to church, going to the temple. It's another thing to act in service to others, helping other people, being active in your church callings. But then there's action that comes from knowing the truth. As the church is not true, any actions are invalid. And for that, I take you to, let's see, is it in with the parable of virgins? No, it's not. It's yeah, only two passages in Matthew and Nephi. It's after, by their fruits you shall know them. Perfect. Because fruit is not action. It's not works of action. It's works of completion. And there's a big difference, and everybody screws it up with the interpretation in Scripture. And so here Matthew is trying to clarify it for people. Fruit, completion, the end result. Doesn't matter if you're walking the walk or talking the talk. You've got to be the being that you've talked the talk about and walked the walk about. And when you have an incorrect core belief system, believing in the incorrect religion, your completed works will show that you're in the wrong religion. And so what false religions have had to develop is what's called faith only, spiritual witness, and talking the talk and walking the walk, but never getting to the conclusion. Because once somebody gets to the conclusion, they then know the truth, know that it's a fraud. Ta-da! And so, 21, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father. It has to be the correct source of knowledge. And without that, you're wasting your time. And you may be cold or hot, because we'll then know you by your fruit. But those who are lukewarm, doesn't even, it's just, I don't understand why there are so many lukewarm Mormons. There literally are millions. I've been, remember, I'm one of you. I know all about it. And I've taught, and most of the class, only the ones at the front row are the ones who are wanting to participate. In other classes where I'm not teaching, you'll have somebody from the back row who wants to be a smart aleck. And then you get those people who cause problems, but I mean, what are they going to do in 2024? Well, never mind. I already know that answer. Timing was perfect for them. But Yeah, I wish people would understand the serious danger that we're all in. You see all the problems that are going on? They caused that. This isn't a coincidence. This isn't a freak of nature. This isn't, oh, we never saw this coming. No, this was purposely planned, plotted, organized to cause this. They know the science behind it. They were warned about the science behind it. They said, great, do it. And it wasn't good enough, and so they, in the 80s, picked up the pace. Pace Picani. Get a rope. And so, yeah, don't be surprised when the governor says, oh, Utah's to blame. Oh, what do you mean by Utah? Every time there's an inversion, no, it's pollution that because of the inversion traps it at the lower levels. We didn't used to have pollution here. They always blame you guys. Oh, you need to use environmentally friendly stuff. You need to take tracks. You need to take the bus. You need to bike. They blame you. You got to carpool. You're to blame. No. The Utah government is to blame for purposely creating more roads to allow more car dealerships that are not environmentally friendly and forcing people to buy those cars. You have to be ultra rich to get the green cars. Now under Biden they're trying, but it's going to take some time. Until then, pollution gets worse and worse here. That's an example. There's something else about the new normal. We were warned, don't let this become the new normal. Now everybody in the news is all saying, oh, it's the new normal. It was purposely caused to be spread and escalated by Nelson. And I warned you guys. Church silenced me. YouTube silenced me. So, seek the truth. Don't just lay back, think you know everything because you went to all the classes, went on a mission. That's not the right works. When you have faith, that will say the church is true. You have to do the actions to find out that the church is true, which means studying the scriptures. So you get your Book of Mormon out, you come to the first chapter, second verse, learning of the Jews. Oh, okay. I need to have the learning of the Jews for the rest of the Book of Mormon. Right? All of you have done that? Yeah. So the church won't let you study that. And so the church keeps pressuring you that it's Jesus that you have to interpret it as. And those of us who have been searching for the learning of the Jews get told, oh, no, you're straying from the prophets. Yeah, because they're not true. So, there are haters out there. No matter what I say, no matter what I warn you about, trying to save your lives, trying to protect you, trying to get you out of the danger, there are those Mormons who don't care. They're hot. And they want to destroy. They want to harm you. They're part of that white supremacy that they don't care. They know the church is false, and they still attack. Putting the thumbs down, putting the hate comments and the death threats. They're descendants of the Danites, so they know. And they're purposely attacking those who are lukewarm, demanding that you obey them, because it's their will that they're imposing. Desnet, perfect example. The white supremacist group of the alt-right of Mormonism. Tiancum's javelin. Oh, we're peaceful. We just want people to obey. Yeah, your version of obeying. It's your will that you're imposing on other Mormons. And that's taking away agency. And we all know whose plan in the Council of Heaven was to take away agency. And yet they still do it. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And the lukewarm Mormons don't catch on. They don't make the connection because they aren't studying. And that's the danger, is that the active Mormons who remain Mormon are able to deceive and fool the lukewarm Mormons. As the lukewarm Mormons think, well, I'm just going to stay lukewarm, I'm safe. No, because inside, when I get you to talk, it comes out. You've got their thinking in you. You're believing it. You're just not bothering to study to be bold enough to speak it. So, alrighty.